Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So today I'm filming a video that I have been meaning to film for a super long time, and I don't know why I haven't done it before now. I just keep forgetting to do it / putting it off because I don't really know why. I think my main concern about filming this video was that I'm gonna forget to talk about something really important and I'm gonna like miss out something that you guys will really want to know. So yeah, I guess I've just been putting it off. But anyway, today is the day. I'm gonna talk to you all about my teeth and my teeth journey. Oh my gosh, it has been a very long one. I know compared to a lot of people's Invisalign journeys, mine was relatively short. But to me, it felt like a very long time, and it feels like the process has been happening for such a long time. So in today's video, I am going to be answering some of your questions. I asked you guys for questions over on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, this is your chance to. Here's my Instagram username, so go and follow me. It gives you guys the chance to get involved with future videos and stuff. And I'm also gonna try and be as detailed as possible and kind of give you guys a bit of a backstory as to why I got my teeth done, what I actually got done to them, and also I will tell you guys how much it cost, but I can't actually off the top of my head remember, so I will leave pricing and everything like down below in the description. So for any more information about like which dentist I went to or how much it cost, check the box below and there'll be tons of information in there because I know I'm gonna forget some of it in this video. Anyway, let's get started. Before I ramble a lot, I feel like that could happen in this video, so I'm going to try my very best not to, and to keep it short and sweet. So just a little backstory for you guys if you are new to this channel, or I haven't really spoken about this before so you wouldn't actually know, but I've never been like super unhappy with my teeth, but especially since filming YouTube videos, I've always like not liked my front set of teeth because, well, I will insert a before photo here. So this is what my teeth looked like before any treatment, and I literally hate looking at this photo. It makes me feel like horrible. Like, how were they my teeth? I don't know, it makes me feel really like uncomfortable. Yeah, this is what my teeth looked like before, and as you can see, my front two teeth were a lot bigger than my little teeth next to them. My fangs were very like pointy, and they all kind of like shifted in one direction. I can't remember which way it is, but they were a bit wonky, and I eventually plucked up the courage and kind of thought it's time to do something about it. So I went to a brand new dentist that I hadn't been to before. Also because I've moved flats recently, I needed to enroll in a new dentist, so it kind of worked out at a good time. So I went for an initial consultation, and I kind of knew in my head that I wanted bonding done, and that's kind of all I really knew. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have Invisalign or whether I really needed it, because I think until I saw these photos of my teeth and I saw a scan of my teeth, I didn't actually realize how wonky and uneven they were. So I was assuming that I might just be able to get bonding on my second teeth to make them a bit bigger. Anyway, long story short, I ended up having Invisalign to make them straight. I then had my teeth whitened professionally by the dentist, and then I got my second little teeth bonded to make them bigger and just like make my smile more straight and more even. So that's kind of everything I've had done and the reason why I wanted it done. When I was younger, I never had braces or anything. I always grew up thinking I had relatively good teeth, and I know that my teeth weren't awful, but when I look back at the photos now, I think they were a lot worse than I thought they were, and I think because I just got used to them, they didn't seem like they needed that much work doing. But actually, once I visited the dentist and saw the scans of my teeth, I was like, holy crap, they look really bad, so I want to get them sorted. So I guess the next thing that would make sense to talk about is the process of Invisalign and my kind of story, my journey with Invisalign. So I went for my initial consultation, I had a scan. My dentist Nick then sent off those scans to Invisalign, and then I believe I had an appointment a few weeks later where I had an appointment a few weeks later where I went back to the dentist, and he basically showed me on a big screen what my teeth look like now and then what they could look like with Invisalign, and he basically dragged the cursor and it showed like the before and after of my teeth, and it showed them moving, and the difference was insane. And I was like, oh my god, I have to get this done. Like, that is going to make such a difference to my teeth. I couldn't believe what Invisalign could actually do. That was kind of like the initial step. I went home, I made sure it was what I wanted, I agreed to it, and then basically phoned up the dentist. I was like, yep, I want it done. And because they'd already had scans and stuff of my teeth, I didn't have to do anything else. I basically then had another appointment like a few weeks later, went back to the dentist, collected all of my trays, and he had to put these little attachments onto my teeth. Now, because it was such a long time ago, I feel like I can't really remember exactly, but I did vlog the day that I had that done, so I'll leave that in the description if you want to like see my initial reaction. But essentially I went to the dentist and had these little attachments put on my teeth. Now, I had to have quite a few. I think it varies with each person, and basically these little attachments are like the material of a filling, but they stick to the fronts of your teeth, top and bottom, and they basically ensure that the Invisalign trays move your teeth in the right direction, and it ensures that they have something to grip onto. It was the weirdest sensation ever having those put on, like, and for quite a long time after, actually, my teeth felt so weird, because they kind of like rough up the texture of your teeth and then attach these little like lumps to them. So when you run your tongue over your teeth, they feel so strange, like they're so sharp and scratchy, and you're like, this is so uncomfortable, like how am I gonna eat, how am I gonna drink, how am I gonna do anything? But I promise you, you do get used to it. It's the same with anything in your mouth, like when you're having like dentistry work done, any small change feels so dramatic in your mouth, and I'm such a baby when it comes to like the dentist. Up until this, I'd never had a filling, never had a scale and polish, I'd never even had my teeth like cleaned. So I was very, very terrified of having like anything done, but I was like, if I want the results, I have to do it, I have to be brave. So I had the attachments put on. He then basically made sure that I could put the Invisalign in and out myself. Again, that was very, very difficult at the start, and you kind of have to get a technique that works for you, and then it does become a lot easier and you just get used to it. But the first few days, it is so weird taking them in and out. I remember I put them in at the dentist, and then I came home, I FaceTimed my mum, and I was like, oh my God, my mouth feels so weird. They look so obvious in my mouth, like I've got a bit of a lisp. I don't know how I'm gonna speak to anyone, like this is horrible, and I've got a very, very long time of this in my mouth. But I did get used to it after literally like a week or so. It was fine, and I basically got the knack of like taking them in and out, and you just have to like hook from the back, pop them out either side and then pull them out, rather than trying to like pull them out, because that feels like your teeth are gonna fall out. So yeah, you just get the knack of like getting them in and out. So then, if any of you guys don't really know much about Invisalign, they are essentially like a clear brace that you wear. I won't go into too much detail because I feel like if you're watching this video, you might already know what Invisalign is. But yes, you do that, and then also you have to take them in and out every time you eat or drink anything that isn't water. So you can drink clear liquids, you can drink water, and that's it. If you want to eat or drink anything else, you have to take them out. But you have to wear the Invisalign all day and all night, except for when you take them out to eat and drink. So essentially you're wearing them like 22 hours a day. And like I said, it is fine and you get completely used to it. And the pain wasn't too bad. Like, it was slightly uncomfortable, but it was nowhere near the pain I was expecting. Like, I hyped it up in my head and thought it was going to be so awful, but actually it wasn't that bad, and I just kept thinking it's going to be worth it. It's just a bit of a dull ache. Like, it's nowhere near as bad as like sensitive teeth. To me, sensitive tooth pain is the worst kind of pain, and this was like a bit of an ache in my jaw, and that was it really. So yeah, the pain for me wasn't actually that awful. So I had to wear my Invisalign trays for 22 weeks, I believe it was. It was around that time again. I can't remember the exact time because it feels like such a long time ago, and I should have filmed this video a long time ago. But yeah, I think I had to wear them for around 22 weeks. I went for a couple of checkups during the process just to make sure that everything was moving in the right direction, and my dentist was like constantly happy the whole time with it. And then when it got closer to the end and we had to factor in the bonding and the whitening and that kind of thing, and getting retainers and things made, the process seemed to drag out a lot. Now, I don't know if this is the same with all dentists, but my 22 weeks was up, or my 20 weeks, whatever it was up, and I was like, right, I'm gonna get my teeth sorted, they're gonna be done by Christmas, and the process just seemed to drag out for so long. Like, I'd have an appointment and then I'd have to wait 2 more weeks to have like a consultation for the whitening, and then it was like another 2 weeks before I got the whitening, and then another 2 weeks before the whitening was done, and by, you know, the next thing I know, another few months have gone by. So I was kind of disappointed with the time of that the process took, but again, I don't know if that's just the place I went to. I don't know if it's quicker in other places, but yeah, like the actual Invisalign was fine and that went pretty quickly, but the rest of it seemed to take so bloody long. So I then assumed that once my Invisalign was up, my 22 weeks were up, I'd get all of the attachments taken off my teeth, I'd get them polished down, and then I'd get on with the whitening and get them bonded and they'd be done. But honestly, like weeks and weeks went by and I was still having to wear my last set of Invisalign for like a month afterwards because they were taking longer to do the whitening, and then they booked me the wrong appointment and all this kind of thing. So at the end of it, I wasn't too happy with my experience, and it did take a lot longer than I was expecting. I think it is important to note that I wasn't extremely happy with the service, I guess. Like, they were really great, and obviously I'm so happy with my teeth now, but I think the process could have been sped up a bit, and I kind of felt at times like they weren't sure what they were doing and they weren't sure what the next steps were, so it all took a little bit longer than what it needed to. I had all of my Invisalign treatment done, that was all fine, and then I went through the whitening process. So they did then file off all of the little bits on my teeth, which felt quite uncomfortable, but again, it was over quite quickly, and I just kept thinking like, it's gonna be worth it, it's gonna be worth it. So I got through that, had them all taken off, and then yeah, had the whitening done. That was fine actually. It was a bit strange. So they basically give you like a tray, kind of like an Invisalign, but a little bit bigger and a bit thicker, and I had the option whether I wanted to do the whitening overnight or during the day, and I went for overnight because they say that's like the most recommended one. It's just like more convenient. I think it's not as strong as the one you do in the day, but I was like, it's fine, I'll do the one overnight. So I got my trays for that, and then you basically just inject like a serum, like a clear gel into the trays, pop them in and sleep with them at night. And the first like week or so I really hated it because you couldn't, like, every time you swallowed or like produced any saliva, it really did taste like bleach, like it tasted horrible, and I was quite worried that it was going to make me sick, but it didn't, and it was fine. And I was so concerned that I wasn't going to be able to go to sleep because I had these huge trays in my mouth. After like a week or so, it was fine. As far as results go for the whitening, it was very odd, and I still don't know to this day why it happened, but I put them in the first night, woke up the next morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, my teeth look so white. And they honestly had whitened drastically, and I was like, oh my god, if they keep doing this every night, like, I'm gonna have the whitest teeth ever. So I did that, and then I kept doing it for, I think I did it for like another 2 weeks, and in all honesty, they didn't get any whiter from that first day. Like, it was so strange. It was like they did all of the whitening in one go, and then after that they kind of just stayed the same every day. In terms of like how happy I am with the whitening, I'm like relatively happy with them. Like, I think my teeth are quite white. I always think because I'm quite pale, they don't look as white as what they would look if I was really tanned. And also I had this like thing in my head of like how I wanted my teeth to look at the end of this journey, and I think it was quite an unrealistic expectation because I see a lot of people on Instagram getting like veneers and stuff, and like when you see celebrities with like the most perfect teeth, quite likely they're not real, whereas these are my real teeth. So I think I am very, very happy with them. I did the 2 weeks, went back for a checkup for the whitening, and he was like, how are you getting on? And I said, fine, like, I haven't had any pain really, so can I do them for a bit longer to see if I can get them any more white? And he was like, yeah, sure. I think I did 2 more nights, and then the pain started kicking in, and I was like, I can't do this. So I stopped. So I did like 2 weeks and 2 days worth of whitening, I think. So I've still got some of the whitening gel and the trays left, so that I can do like top-ups if I ever fancy it in the future. So that was the whitening experience. Then I had to let my teeth settle for 2 weeks to make sure that the colour settled and everything. And then I went to my next appointment to get my bonding done. So the bonding was one of the bits that I was probably the most scared of about the whole process, because like I said, I'm a bit of a wimp. I'm such a baby when it comes to anything to do with my teeth, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to lie there for ages with my mouth open while they're like doing stuff to my teeth, and that is just my worst nightmare. But anyway, I went to my appointment. He basically matched the colour of my teeth to like a porcelain filler material, I'm not really sure what it is. And then I had my composite bonding done. So he put these like, they were like thick bits of floss like in between my teeth to like separate them, I guess, so he could like build them and then pull pull bits out so that they weren't all stuck together. I don't know. I just lied there and I shut my eyes and I had the goggles on and I just tried to like take myself someplace else. I didn't want to be thinking about it. I didn't want to have my eyes open. I didn't want to be like trying to figure out what he was doing at what moment. So I just switched off as best I could, and it did work. Like, I felt like I was quite calm. I always get panicky when I've got to have my mouth open for a while, and I always think like, oh god, what if I need to swallow, and then I swallow a bit of the stuff they're doing, or like, what if I need to cough? Like, I don't know, I think up all these scenarios in my head and I make myself panic and I freak myself out. And then after it was all done, I was like, oh, it was fine. It wasn't really anything to worry about, and it's done now. So yeah, I was so proud of myself for like allowing myself to go through that process. Because yeah, I didn't think I'd actually be able to do it because it was quite invasive. Like, I had to lie there for probably about 45 minutes with my mouth wide open while they like basically attached these little like extra bits to my teeth. Like, they basically build it up with like a resin, and then they set it with like a UV light, and then he got this like really thick floss and like filed them down and got like an electric little like zzz thing and like smoothed them all out. And it was, yeah, it was strange. And he kind of did it all, and then he sat me up and was like, right, take a look. And I remember smiling and being like, oh my gosh, I look so different. That was my first thing. I was just like, I look different. I don't know if I like it, but I look very strange. And I could feel like they were very rough at the back of my teeth. Like, he hadn't smoothed them out properly at the back. So all I could think of was, oh my god, I can't have this in my mouth all the time. Like, it feels like something's stuck in my teeth. And he was like, no, no, we will smooth them down. So he smoothed them down a lot more. And then it was just so weird to have like, I don't know, like I said earlier, anything in your mouth that's a slight change feels so different and so weird. So yeah, I had that done, and then he basically gave me 2 weeks or a week to like see if I liked them, see if I wanted them any different before he then made my retainers for me. So I had that period of time, and I honestly for like a few days just couldn't stop looking at my teeth in the mirror. And I went back after that period of time, didn't really want anything changing, so he sent off to have my, what are they called? My retainers made. Then I picked those up a couple of weeks later, and now I wear them every single night. So aftercare wise, they shouldn't chip. I guess if they do chip, I just go and get them sorted out. I'm trying not to think about that, and I'm trying to just like be careful with what I'm eating and stuff, because I know that they probably could chip quite easily. And like, now they feel like my teeth. Like, it doesn't feel weird at all. I'm so used to it, and I cannot imagine having my old teeth back, to be honest. But yeah, so aftercare is for the rest of my life pretty much. I have to wear a retainer at night, but it's fine. Like, I know that puts a lot of people off, but it is very easy. Like, I keep them by my bedside table, and before I'm about to go to sleep, I just put them in, and then I take them out in the morning. Like, it doesn't disrupt anything. Like, it's fine. And I have the odd night where I don't wear them, but for me it's not an issue at all, and it is completely worth it to have my teeth, oh my god, I just did that. And yeah, it's completely worth it to have my teeth looking like this. So yeah, all in all, I'm extremely happy. The process was completely worth it in my opinion, and I'm so happy that I went through with it. So I think now it's probably time to answer your guys' questions. So I'm going to get up the questions on Instagram that you all asked, and I'm just gonna answer them. I don't have too many questions, so it shouldn't take too long. So I'm just gonna randomly answer them. So how did you start the process, and how much did it cost? I think I've already explained how I started the process, and I can't remember the exact costings. I will put them down below in the description. I believe the bonding was like 100 a tooth, I think, or like £150 a tooth. Then the whitening was like £200, and I think the Invisalign was about 3,000 or 4,000, but I can't remember exactly, so I will put it in the description below. I guess it depends which dentist you go to as well. Like, it does differ. I know a few of my friends have been interested in Invisalign, and they have had like consultations at dentists like in the same area that have been cheaper, and some of them more expensive. So yeah, it just depends on your dentist. You can like go to a few and get like a, what's it called? Get a like a guidance of how much price it is. I can't remember what the word is. My camera just cut out, and I'm not sure where it cut out, but basically with the staining, yeah, they do stain a little bit, but it's nothing to worry about because you probably will get offered to have them whitened as well if you go through with like the treatment that I've had. So I wasn't too worried because I knew I was going to get them whitened. The only thing I would say is make sure that you get some like cleaning powder or like cleaning crystals for your Invisalign, and make sure that you clean those like at least every other day because they do get really disgusting. It's all well and good like giving them a little rinse under the tap, but you need to like properly soak them and like give them a brush with a toothbrush, otherwise they like build up loads of crap and they go a bit yellow. So yeah, make sure that you clean them properly and make sure you're like flossing and stuff in between taking them in and out to prevent staining. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just be careful what you eat and drink because the attachments can get a little bit stained. I know that I made a curry during the process and I should not have done that because after, for a few days, like the attachments on my teeth were like bright yellow and it was awful. How much confidence have you gained after having them done, and would you recommend? I thought that was a good question to end this video on. So yes, I have gained so much confidence. I think it's like, I don't know if it's necessarily like I feel better, but like when I see a photo of myself now, or like when I edit back my YouTube videos and I see my teeth, I just feel less conscious of them. And yeah, I totally think it's worth it. I'm so happy with the final results. I will put a photo up here of what my teeth look like now because it's quite hard to see like when I'm just speaking. So this is like super close and a bit invasive, but I thought I would show you guys a quick close-up of my teeth because there would be no point in filming this video if you guys couldn't see a proper close-up. So it's a bit weird showing you guys the inside of my mouth, I know, but I feel like if you've clicked on this video, you're willing to see it. So these are my finished teeth. I am so happy with them. They're so much straighter and the bonding has definitely made like the world of difference. I cannot imagine not getting the bonding done. Like that for me was the one thing that just made my teeth look exactly how I wanted them to look. The Invisalign on its own would not have been enough because I didn't like the shape of my teeth. But yeah, so here are my finished teeth. So as you can see, the bottom row of teeth is so much straighter now, and so are the top ones, and we've got my second little ones are now a much better size and fill up the space in my mouth a bit more because before they were so little. And I think also it makes my fangs look less pointy because my fangs before were so pointy. But yeah, there's my teeth. Yeah, like I said, I'm so happy with them. If you guys have got any questions, if you're like considering getting this process done, or you just want to be nosy and find out anything, then leave me any questions down below, or if you don't want to put them publicly, then feel free to message me on Instagram, and I'm always happy to have a chat about anything with you guys. So yes, I hope that this video covered everything, and I hope that it was super helpful to you guys. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and yeah, I will see you guys very soon with a brand new video. Goodbye.